Hello, listeners. Welcome to our summer series spectacular. If you're fans of any of these podcasts, then you know we've been releasing some special episodes over on our Patreon. And unfortunately, we have not gotten the response that we had hoped. So we have discontinued our Patreons for now, but would like these episodes to be enjoyed by a larger audience. I want to start by apologizing to the people who did pay a few dollars to get these exclusive episodes when they were exclusive. Your generosity and support is still very appreciated, and hopefully in the future we will offer some more exclusive episodes over there and see if we can't get a few more supporters to join you over on that special feed. But until then, we're going to be releasing these special episodes right here, right now, and all summer long. On the Time Pop feed, we have some what we call time travel-ish movies, things that are kind of, maybe time-altering, mind-bending, reality fuckery kinds of movies that I think you will enjoy on this main feed, even if they don't fall directly into our time travel purview. I may or may not have used that word properly. Whatever. For our Thank the Light audience, because there's only so much Wheel of Time content out there. Over there on the Patreon, we were experimenting with some other fantasy movies. So hopefully you're just a fan of Justin, Jeremy, and Desmond talking about stuff. So we're going to have some fantasy film discussions on the Thank the Light feed. And on the Movies Are Us feed, apologies. We're going to take a little bit of a break from official Movies Are Us releases just because we got really busy. We knew this summer was going to be a little bit busy. We were doing our best to get caught up, and Desmond is moving. Justin is probably going to be moving, and Jeremy doesn't want to do the podcast by himself. So we're going to, again, hopefully you're just fans of us and what we talk about. And even if it is not an official toy-related product, hopefully you will enjoy us talking about some fantasy movies over there as well, just because our voices are beautiful. I hope you enjoy these special episodes. If you're only subscribing to Time Pop, why don't you subscribe to Movies Are Us and or Thank the Light so you can get some other exclusive movie content. If you just like to hear us talking about films, it's going to be a great summer. We will definitely be back with new content. We have some very exciting things we're going to put into motion for Thank the Light. Movies Are Us is just going to be back in full effect later this summer. We're liking what we're doing over there. We have a lot of fun movies to talk about. And if you're a Time Pop fan and you like listening to Scott and I just talk about weird, mind-bending movies, let us know at timepoppod@gmail.com. That is timepoppod@gmail.com. If you're enjoying this, us expanding our definition of time pop movies, and we may put more of these types of movies on this feed in the future. If you're a Movies Are Us fan, just let us know when we get back to our official Movies Are Us. Let us know some movies you want us to move to the top of our list. That is moviesruspod@gmail.com. That is moviesruspod@gmail.com. And if you're a Thank the Light fan, Wheel of Time fan, as you know, the show is getting put off. So we're trying to figure out the best way to discuss the books. Again, we've got some exciting things that we're going to do there to try to hype up those book discussions as we wait for more Wheel of Time episodes to get back to Amazon Prime. And if you enjoy listening to us talk about fantasy movies, maybe we can squeeze one of these in here and there just to spice it up as we wait for Rafe Judikins to get those episodes out to us. And whatever feed you're listening to, send us a message. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, because these shows are nothing without you. So if, we're not going to listen to all your suggestions, but if you want to sheepdog us in a direction that makes us more fun to listen to and maybe bring more people into the fold, we would love to hear from you. thankthelight@gmail.com, timepoppod@gmail.com, moviesruspod@gmail.com. That is movies, the letter R, us, pod @gmail.com. Enjoy. All right, are we ready? I'm excited for an early bedtime. I'm excited to talk about RoboCop, but I'm also excited to be done at a reasonable hour.
Me too.
Commentaries are fun, but they make for long nights.
Yeah, I'm going to be ready to be done in an hour. It's nice. It's going to be nice.
Knowing what you want to see. Knowing what you like, I'm your fantasy. Keep it real tight like you wanna be. Sounding real nice like a melody, melody, yeah, 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 yeah. We could dance around like the leaves in the trees, moving with the crowd, we are flowing in the breeze. Know it's what you want, what you want, what you wanna see, yeah, yeah. Know I'm what you like, I'm your fantasy. Keep it real tight like you wanna be.
Hi, patrons. Go fuck yourself. Welcome to our new podcast series called Before They Were on That 70s Show.
Back-to-back weeks. Next week, stay tuned for next week when we do an episode on Kitty.
What's Deborah Joe? Yeah, what's Deborah Joe Ruppin?
Oh God, that's right. I didn't even think of that. Didn't even realize that Beastmaster had Pinciata in it, and then now we have another 70s show alum. Jesus.
Yep. So we're gonna watch a.
I was gonna be all cool and said I'll be your Ed 209 tonight, and I'm not great with stairs. So
First of all, before I even think about forgetting it, big shout out to Phil Tippett. Great job. Tippett Studios, Mr. Phil Tippett, the same guy who did the Imperial Walkers for Star Wars and lots of other cool stuff for Star Wars, also did the Ed 209 stop motion and
oh cool.
the 6,000 sucks commercial, I assume, was Phil Tippett.
That's so
Had to
great.
be.
The 6,000 sucks. So, I just want to say before we get started, don't get it twisted. This isn't a story about corporate greed in America and the future of AI. This is a story about Red Foreman after his divorce, trying to support his illegitimate grandchildren from Lori.
So tonight on our wonderful Wheel of Time Patreon, where we talk about other fantasy movies, and I don't know how fantastical this is. I think this might just be a version of our future to come. But for all intents and purposes, this is a fantasy world directed by Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah.
Do you guys know much about Paul Verhoeven?
I know he directed two of the greatest movies ever, RoboCop and Starship Troopers.
And Showgirls and Basic Instinct and Total Recall.
Oh, Total Recall, yes.
A real, yeah, he's one of those cats that,
Jeez, he's got a lot of those sci-fi movies under his belt.
yeah, Running Man and RoboCop are both kind of, those could belong in the same universe.
Oh, he did Running Man too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, or he's part of it. Let me double check and make sure he actually directed it. Let me see, where did it go? Basically, yeah, he directed it. Right after this, it was RoboCop, Total Recall. Well, he was on a run. Basic Instinct, Showgirls, Starship Troopers, which was, I think, written by Phil Tippett or someone at that was
a book. Starship Troopers was a book.
Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah. I thought I think Phil Tippett might have been more involved in the following Starship Troopers. I think he kind of picked up the ball and ran with it afterwards. Sorry, went off on a little tangent there. Back to RoboCop. So Paul Verhoeven, Peter Weller, Nancy Allen, Kurtwood Smith. A lot of recognizable faces. Like if you watched HBO in the 80s, you're like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That guy's in this. Awesome. So rated R, a beautiful R. I haven't seen it. People just don't take advantage of R anymore. Like if you're going to be R anyways, fucking go for it. Like if you're trying to just skirm that PG-13 rating, fine. But once you go over it, go ham. Like R is R. Like you can't be kind of R. You know?
This is very R. This is violently R.
And sorry, one more thing while I'm on my ramble. I had to discuss two movies today, Scrooged and RoboCop. I'm not sure which one is more fantastical.
Yeah, I mean, okay, the reason why I kind of came and picked this one is because, as a kid, we liked Star Wars and stuff, and it seemed pretty fantastical. It doesn't seem so fantastical now. Seems kind of like where we're headed as a species and humans,
Star Wars does or RoboCop?
RoboCop does.
Okay.
Yeah, Star Wars. Jeremy, I believe in the Force. So what? It exists somewhere.
I'm going to tell you what I always tell my family when they say, do you ever think such and such? Like, you stretch a timeline out far enough and everything is possible.
That's true.
So, we're not going to get Star Wars in, this century, but, assuming we don't extinct ourselves,
Look, man, we evolved from dudes that couldn't do fire or barely use sticks in not that long of a time. What are we going to be like in twice that time? We may be able to move shit with our mind and make laser swords. You don't know.
Don't turn this into an Ancient Aliens podcast because I'll fucking go there.
Evolution, baby. Yeah, it's like every bad like B movies shitbag villain was in this movie.
Totally.
It was pretty great.
And future TV actors too.
Totally.
Oh,
totally.
God.
Lots of future TV actors.
Well, and one thing that's definitely sure about 1980s Detroit is that everybody had good hair.
I know, right?
Must be the water.
The best hair.
The ones that weren't balding.
Oh, yeah.
I do want the one thing that has not come to fruition is that cool little cocaine tutor that they were selling their stuff in.
Yeah.
It was like a vaporizer for cocaine. Just put the little.
Is that what it was? I thought it was just like an Afrin bottle with like mixture in it or something.
I don't know, because they were filling up these little like glass tubes, and a lot of them. They weren't just filling up some of them. Like they had a manufacturer. And then at one point, they barely show it. They show Kurtwood Smith just kind of moving his adapter from one bottle to another. And then, yeah, it looks like he's taking an Afrin hit, but it's right after he pops it on.
He does it a couple of times. Yeah, he does it a couple of times.
A fresh little Coke tutor.
But yeah, he's pretty hardcore. The guy gets shot. The guy that burns the money. He's just like, "Can you fly?" and throws him out on the other car. The beta test for the Ed 209 did not go well either. Why is it fully loaded? Why has it got like all like the plutonium, ammo? Like that dude just got shredded.
Just fully live ammo, locked and loaded, and no off. But like there was an off button, but they had to like de-solder,
rip the wires out of the back of the computer, or whatever.
Yeah, why does this atomical robot have a joystick the size of an arcade game machine?
I know, because it was the 80s.
Any place I've ever worked where there's heavy machinery, you have what's called an ESD button, an emergency shutdown. But Ed 209 is a walking
it's a big
gun. Yeah, it's a big red button.
Usually.
They didn't have that, though.
Where's the safety at? No, this is the 80s. We don't.
Yeah.
Safety.
Safeties are for pussies.
The safety is don't do so much cocaine and you'll be fine, loser.
Oh, God. This movie starts off like there's three just... I mean, first of all, like, our hero gets transferred to the bad precinct, the precinct where, most of the crime is going down.
Yeah, everything's going down.
And him and his partner go out and just immediately like get into this like car chase or whatever. Like it's just so crazy how quickly this just goes.
Yeah. They get like a call like, oh, there's something. They don't even think they say there's a bank. I think there's like, oh yeah, bank robbery, silver van. First of all, you know what? These guys, they could have had a food truck in that van, and they could have had a taco truck, and they didn't have to choose a life of crime. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they didn't have to have a van that screamed full of bad guys either. Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
oh, you guys are definitely going to jail.
Paint UPS on the side of that.
They're like, hey, is that a pedophile van? No, we're just bank robbers.
Yeah,
bank robbers and murderers.
We're fine.
That's it.
We just rob banks. Don't get crazy, man.
We're all over 18 in here, just shotgun fucking each other. And there's a known cop killer on the loose. Like it's a big thing at the beginning. Like cop killers are out there, and these two cops who are just getting to know each other decide to follow this van full of, they don't know what's in it. They don't know if there's any money left in it, but they know it's full of guns. They got a dead body thrown at them.
Right.
That was very much a live body when he got thrown.
He got shot in the leg. He's like, oh, my leg. He's like, can you fly? Because you can't walk. Bye.
No, I'm fine. Look, I can run a wind sprints. No, you got to go.
Look, my trigger finger works just fine.
Red is just doing this so that Eric can live at home and Kitty needs more shoes.
Kitty need more shoes.
I love this universe now, where Red. This is what Red's moonlighting as.
Yeah, Kelso's gonna pop up somewhere.
If only they had a station wagon instead of a big.
Instead of a suck me off 6,000 or whatever it is.
SUX, the 6,000 SUX. When the guy's all, I want a big car. It goes fast. And it gets terrible gas mileage.
No, I know. Trust me, I wrote that down. His demands are just ridiculous. He's like, "We'll get you one of those 6,000 SUXs. They're great."
I want my job back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my job back.
But a bigger office.
Lisa was looking up Peter Weller's like IMDb and stuff, and he was like in an episode of like the new MacGyver
Oh yes.
in 2016. I was like, are you sure it's not MacGruber? She's like, nope, it says MacGyver. I'm like, fuck. He was in an episode of Fringe, an episode of Franklin and Bash, y'all. Forget about it.
Was it MacGruber? Was he always talking about his God damn it, what's it called? What was it called? What was the stereo called? Oh, the Bloppunked.
The Bloppunked.
The Bloppunked? Was it MacGruber that always had a Bloppunked?
Yes. He would pull it out if it's Miata.
And it comes up in this movie. Don't worry. We'll get you a nice car. We'll even hook you up with a Bloppunked.
We'll throw in a Bloppunked for you.
And he gets mad, doesn't he? Go like, don't fuck with me.
He's like, oh, now I know you're lying. Nobody gets a Bloppunked.
No, he says, don't jerk me off, is what he says. Also, Lisa pointed out one of the cops in this movie is my dad. Did you see the mustache, Jeremy?
Yeah, I totally.
It's my pop.
He's a Lost Gaines brother.
Yeah, definitely related to that dude.
Oh yeah, the guy. Yeah, I know.
When he's like
exactly
cussing out the cops, he's like, this is bullshit.
We got to show you some pictures from the late 80s of our dads where they all looked.
Dude, I've
exactly
showed the
where
one
they
around
where they wiped the cocaine off their mustaches right before the picture was taken.
Yeah.
Just my dad, not Jeremy's.
Not my dad.
No, Jeremy's dad was a wholesome dude. Your dad didn't even drink, did he, Jeremy?
No, he still doesn't.
I'm saying Uncle Mike don't even drink. He wouldn't even have beers like if we went to an A's game. Your dad was just never that dude.
No. Whenever I would people would ask me like, hey, where's your dad at? I'd be like, oh, the Mexican looking dude over there right there. Yeah, that's my dad. They're like, what? I had blonde hair, and I was 5'10" or almost 5'11". He's like 5'6", and he's like short dude with
both of our
mustache,
dads are super short,
jet black hair.
You don't even look Spanish, and your dad looks Mexican.
Not at all. Not at all.
Desmond, I know you. I know I've showed you this picture. There's a picture of my mom and my dad. I think it's like circa 1988, 89. My mom's got like a white dress on, and her hair's just all feathered out.
Yeah.
My dad, I think he might actually have a suit on. I don't know, but he's got just enough of an afro, and he's got that stat. He looks like fucking Pablo Escobar, dude.
Just enough.
He looks like Pablo Escobar, dude.
Yes.
I'm like, you guys just got done doing, you dropped off a pound of cocaine at the Orange Julius, and then you went and got glamour shots.
Yeah, Pablo Escobar definitely could have been one of our relatives.
So everyone, it's so funny. Everyone, you look at all the pictures of my dad and his friends in especially the late 70s, 80s a little bit, but late 70s, they all look like they're fucking driving cigarette boats on the weekend full of Cuban hash.
And shooting porn 3 days a week. They're delivering, they're fucking running hash in Miami 3 days a week, and they're shooting porn.
I'm going to share my screen.
All right, do it.
I'm going to share my screen real quick. Okay, ready?
Oh, holy shit!
That's my dad. It's my dad and my mom.
That's my dad, Juanito Gaines.
My dad and my mom and me as a baby.
Wow. Oh, he doesn't look like he's running coke. He looks like he's still running numbers, but he's getting there.
He could have been an extra in Scarface, right?
Yeah, he's only been in America from Cuba for 3 months. He's going to go into sanitation. Oh my God, dude. Your dad looks more Mexican than my dad, bro.
Wow.
I'm telling you, man.
It's amazing.
That is amazing.
Can you guys just smell the cigarettes while you're watching this movie? It's just
oh yeah.
There's more. Lisa pointed out, she's like, there are more people not smoking, and there are less people not smoking in this movie than smoking.
Oh. Yeah, it's so fucking great. And the office party, I'm at the part where they keep on kind of turning him on for a minute and then turning him off.
Yeah.
And then they how long is you get the idea that it can't be too long, but you also get the idea this could have been 6 months.
Well, that's what I said. They say later, he goes looking for his wife, and his partner's like, yeah, she moved on. I'm like, it's been a week or maybe a month, which is well, I burned all our photos and moved out of our house, and you'll never see no forwarding address.
I would have bet money, and I didn't think I saw RoboCop 2 that much. I must have, because I would have bet money that he had an interaction with his wife in this movie.
I would have probably said the same.
There is a video of him. There's a video of him kind of flashing back.
Yeah, they show him watching it, but I thought for sure that they like interacted and he like, you know, had feelings for her still and she was yeah, like I said, if I watch RoboCop 2, I'll be like, oh, there it is. I that's where I get it from. But I also too, like I remember some people I listened to another podcast talk about RoboCop kind of recently, and I swear even they were talking about him interacting with his wife. But I watched I was throwing these on. I actually haven't seen RoboCop in a long time because just a couple months ago it wasn't available anywhere, but I could get 2, 3, and 4. So I threw 2, 3, or 2 and 3. Is there a 4? I don't know.
So there's a 4?
Yeah, I think 2, 3, and then
no. There's just a remake. There's a remake.
Yeah. And I watched a little bit of the show.
I saw the remake in the theaters.
But it was like RoboCop 3 is Iron Man.
Oh, really?
Like straight up. Yeah, he's got Iron Man flying capabilities. He's got rocket boots.
Wow.
It's fucking insane.
Okay.
I just want to you know, I know we try to run a nice podcast, you know, we were talking about rated R and you know, we don't want to get too rated X, but you know, they do talk about one time how one guy was talking about how he used to make fun of the boss and call him names such as Iron Butt.
Yeah.
Boner and Boner.
I found that Boner. Yeah, I have that written down too. Boner, huh? Whoa. Fucking roasted.
This is a movie that has no less than 30 F-bombs.
Yes.
Yeah. We used to call him Iron Butt.
So in that same scene where it's Miguel Ferrer who's talking about the other guy, the other actor whose name escapes me now, but he's been in like a bunch of other stuff. He was in what was the movie with oh man. No, I don't think he was in Scarface, but he was in the movie where they go down, they do the whitewater rafting.
Oh.
With Burt Reynolds. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, not anymore. I thought I did. And then you said Burt Reynolds and I just...
Deliverance?
You're going to have to cut this out and make me look smart.
Is it the old man or Dick Jones?
Dick Jones.
Deliverance. Yeah.
Deliverance. Okay, so he's in Deliverance. You know, that's like probably 1974.
Isn't he one of the guys?
Oh, he's Cohagen. He's Cohagen in Total Recall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know what's hilarious though? So Miguel Ferrer is making fun of how old he is, and Miguel Ferrer is dead, and the other guy still alive.
It's still alive.
Born in 1938 or something like that. He's almost 90 years old, and poor Miguel Ferrer got cancer and died.
Lieutenant Bogomil from oh, I just lost it. I just changed it too quick. Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yep.
Or Beverly Hills Cop. I think he was in all the Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, he was. I think, all of them.
Yeah, he was his Axel. He was his
he was the LA police commissioner or police captain.
Yeah, captain.
Yeah,
or whatever.
the Detroit guy I just learned this recently in Beverly Hills Cop was a real police chief. Like I think he like while he was in those movies, he was an active police chief.
Really?
Or something. If not actively.
Isn't the Captain Cop? Isn't he Axel's captain in Detroit?
I thought so. I was just looking that up because I was pretty sure.
I thought it was him too. I was like, these guys are two ends of Beverly Hills Cop, dude. And you know what I thought? Rosewood. I thought the guy who gets totally iced by 209 at first was Rosewood.
Oh,
I was like, what the fuck? Is this Beverly Hills Cop too?
Look at everyone's in this.
What year did Beverly Hills Cop come out? Like 85?
84, I think.
84? I was gonna say maybe they were shooting at the same time and they're just like, okay, you come over here and finish this off.
Same studio, same lot.
Exactly.
Like, fucking go do it. Am I getting paid twice? Nope.
You know, it's funny. I looked up the trivia and they were saying that when Murphy gets rushed in after he gets shot up, when he gets rushed into the hospital, the medical team was actually a medical team. And as that scene was going on, I was wrapping presents and I just had my back to the TV and I was like, these guys are really good at just calling out a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And then I sat down and I was reading trivia while I was watching the rest of the movie and they're like, oh, those were actual medical professionals. And I was like, that makes total sense.
That makes total sense. And they really got their money's worth out of that. Like for, a shot where he's going to fucking die.
Exactly.
Just based on how much trauma he took. And and that scene's like 3 minutes of them trying to. I'm glad because it was either two things. It was either really, really bad and they were making shit up,
right? Or
they were really good and they were saying things I didn't recognize because it was real. It's like, that doesn't sound like movie talk. It sounds like actual ER talk,
right?
That's like when
Stat. What?
yeah, totally. What's his name? From ER.
George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney, exactly. I remember one time they asked him about, I don't know, something about ER. And they're like, how do you know how to say some of those things? He says, when I don't know how to pronounce something, I just say it with authority.
Well, they always had doctors on set too, I'm
That's
sure.
such a George Clooney thing to say too. That's why he's so cool.
Yeah.
First
I
of
said
all,
syphilis. Syphilis. He's got syphilis.
just keep rolling. Just keep rolling. We'll
Just keep
fix
going,
it in
keep going.
post. We'll fix it in post.
Does his hair look good? We're fine.
We're good. Is he beautiful? Yes. Okay. I was just saying, like, no wonder America is so like gun obsessed and gun violent. Like, these are the movies we grew up on, and like, I was like, oh, RoboCop's not that bad. It's like it's kind of futuristic, then, and now it's kind of ridiculous now. And then they just like him getting just wasted by all those guys with shotguns. It's just like, Jesus Christ, this was pretty rough. I watched this when I was 9,
12.
maybe 10.
Yeah, I would have been. Oh no, when was it again?
87, dude.
87.
87.
So yeah, 11.
I probably watched it not in the theater. I probably watched it because that was the time when like both my grandma and my aunt had like satellite dishes, so we had all the new movies as soon as they came out, on cable. And my grandma would just record them a bit.
And there were definitely like adults in the room. It wasn't like we had to sneak away and watch it. It was just like, hey,
No, we were watching it as a fucking family. We're watching RoboCop tonight. Let's watch this guy get just murdered by criminals, and it's gonna be great.
Well, not me. I didn't get to watch it till I was probably like 12 or 13, and I had to sneak it.
What, Jeremy? You snuck it. We watched it at my house.
Yes, that's probably where I saw it.
I think, dude. Jeremy's mom like hated my parents because every time they came to our house, like we like sneak movies with like boobs and like violence, and Jeremy's mom would just be like, "Ah,
That's where I came to love
I want them to be good boys."
Mad Max, The Road Warrior, and Aliens. I can't remember how many times we would rent that. We would rent that at the not a convenience store. It was a gas station. We would go down to the gas station and rent movies because that's where we rented them. What was the name of that place?
Dillard store.
Dillard Store.
Dillard's.
We'd go. It was like a mile from my house, and we could walk down there and get candy. And they had they had a couple gas pumps, and you could rent movies like VHS movies. They had, probably 200 movies, Jeremy, maybe.
Oh, if that. I don't even know if it was that.
I remember watching Alien and remember we rented Alien, and I was so fucking scared.
Ooh, Alien. I mean, Aliens is
Alien is great.
Yeah, Aliens is an action movie, but yeah, Alien is fucking creepy.
That was one of the ones where Jeremy was kind of like, he saw it with one of his friends before, and he was like, we got to watch this.
Yeah.
I know when my cousins used to come over, my dad would be like, we can't watch that. And I'd be like, I watch it all the time. He's like, yeah, you do.
Oh, that was another thing about the gun violence. How many like Mac 10 and Uzis is this? I mean, I guess it's Detroit, but is this East LA? Like, there is a lot of Uzis in this movie.
I'm sure they made. I mean, they had to have made it because it wasn't like all the Uzis were in LA and Detroit was all what am I thinking of? Revolvers. That's what I'm thinking of. You know what I do love? So I'm not a gun obsessed person. I've been shooting a couple times. I like it. If you ask me to go shooting, I'll probably go with you. I don't own any guns, whatever. But like nothing. I play first person shooters because I'm a 47-year-old man. So of course I play first person shooters. I get an erection when I see a fully automatic pistol. I don't know what it is about automatic pistols that just
They're badass.
Yeah, because it just shouldn't be. Like you see a long Uzi, it's automatic. You see a pistol, it's semi-automatic. But when you see a pistol just go brrt, 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 it's just like, yeah, that's my gun.
That's the beginning of Skyfall when he's going after that one guy. And he's got like that 9mm, or it's a pistol, but it's got like a drum magazine on each side of it.
Yeah.
I was all, that's so awesome. You don't remember? Go back and watch it again.
Just
You'll love
an
it.
87 bullet cartridge on a pistol.
If you just held down the trigger on that, it'd melt the barrel probably.
Oh yeah, it would break your thumbs, dude. It would kick so hard.
Oh god.
Yeah, it would be
dude.
bad. You know what's funny too is Paul Verhoeven.
That would be a good drinking game.
Paul Verhoeven, he made this movie as kind of like a anti-gun violence movie. It's cranked up to 11. Like, oh,
Yeah.
look, this is absurd how crazy it is. And then what do? They're like, watch the gun violence. Hey, kids, we're going to make a cartoon about RoboCop. Come watch RoboCop. You weren't supposed to watch it because it's rated R, but we know you watched it. So now we're going to do a cartoon and try to sell all these toys and stuff to you, too. Paul Verhoeven is probably like, oh.
John Wick thinks this movie's violent.
Yeah, he's because I think he's German. Verhoeven.
Verhoeven?
Seems German.
Or Austrian or something.
And I think it was like his like oh, you think like I'm gonna show you how ridiculous you are, America. And
really, that's awesome.
We fucking gobbled it. You don't.
Of course
know
we did.
Ridiculousness is.
I fucking love it, America. That would be a drinking game. Watch RoboCop every time you see a Uzi.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is the bullet count is off the charts. The body count is not that high.
That's
like,
true.
The bodies that get it,
No.
they fucking get it.
Right. The bodies that get it, they get it. There is hamburger. It is hamburger. The dude, I'm still laughing about the board meeting, and he's just like, yeah, test it out. And it's like, why is it fully loaded? It's a board meeting. Just in case. Just in case.
And they make a reference to it. He didn't hear it. Like it's because he didn't drop the gun hard enough.
Right. And he was also the guy who was like kind of on the other team, like the other like head, like there was like kind of two research and development teams. And one of them was the RoboCop program. One of them was the other program. And conveniently killed off one of your competitors, kind of. It's like,
yeah, was that did they get into that? Was that an oops, I wanted to kill that guy anyways?
No, it was just kind of like that guy's a dick. He was like, well, no problem, sacrifices got to be made.
Who's the main guy? I keep on looking him up and I keep on getting distracted. The guy who was doing the coke off the lady's tits.
That's Miguel Ferrer.
Oh, that's Miguel Ferrer. Okay.
Are you sure he's not in Scarface? I thought he was in Scarface.
Miguel Ferrer?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Wow, he did a lot of voice acting.
He had a great voice too. Yeah, no, he was awesome.
Oh, Vice President in Iron Man 3. That's right.
His character is Bob Morton.
Yeah, it's funny. As good of a robot actor he is, the one thing that bugged me, because if he is a robot, he's probably doing one or the other. Sometimes he always did one or the other because he was staying robotic, but sometimes his head moved first. And sometimes his body moved first.
Yeah.
Like whenever he was taking a corner, he would kind of, and I don't care which one it is, but I think he needed to pick one.
Pick one and go with it.
Yeah. Be a consistent robot.
It's funny too, because I don't know if you guys read up on the just the hell that Peter Weller had to go through for the costume that he was in.
Oh yeah.
Whenever he's riding in the car, he's just wearing the upper torso with just in his underwear because the bottom wouldn't fit in the car.
Oh yes, of course not.
Yeah, they were saying he would lose like 3 pounds a day in sweat because it's just super hot. And then eventually they put an air conditioning system in the suit, but at first he was just dying in there.
During for probably a later movie though, they were probably already too far into filming this, just being like, you got to.
Well, it said it was for I was reading the trivia for this, and it said that they did it in this movie. So unless they were wrong, which is very true, it was very possible.
I think they just reversed a vacuum cleaner hose and shoved it up his pant leg when.
Whatever you need, I would have been like, yes, please. Anything.
Well, and Phil Tippett was there too, and they're just like, hey, if what's his name can do C-3PO, you can fucking do that.
Exactly.
Suffer for your art. Did they say what it was made out of? Was it made out of any metal or was it all rubber?
No, I think it's foam. A lot of foam. The other stuff is probably plastic on the outside.
It's like that cosplay foam.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy though. It's funny too. I bet that this was the last movie that they made with the last big budget movie that they made with any stop motion. Can you think of anything else that would have had stop motion in it?
Any big? Yeah, we weren't quite done with it. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I think it's so interesting that they do the like dinosaur Godzilla commercial.
What year did Return of the Jedi come out?
Because
83.
These are the guys that eventually went on to do Jurassic Park.
Right.
And the reason why Jurassic Park would be garbage. It would be unwatchable today.
Yes.
If it was all digital.
Yes.
But the fact that, because they had built all the models for it.
Yep.
And then Spielberg said, let's go digital with this. And so they found a nice compromise. And that's why Jurassic Park is still watchable. Because, yeah, if it was all digital, it would just look like matte painting, green screen garbage.
Yeah, whenever they did the up close stuff on the dinosaurs where people were interacting with them, they were actual models, of animatronic deals. So that's why it looks great.
If you watch the kitchen door close in Jurassic Park before the raptors attack the kids, you can see someone's hand steadying the tail.
That's hilarious. That is so great.
I love shit like that. Probably hard to find now because it's been digitally remastered 10 times and they've edited it out.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Lucas, so Spielberg might have.
Yeah, let's say Spielberg isn't Lucas.
That's true. Easy.
Although he did take the guns out of ET and replace it with what was it? Walkie-talkies. Yeah.
Oh my God! This is the second time I've talked about that today.
Really?
Yeah. What did I say? I said, oh yeah, we were talking about just kids say I don't know. We were talking about something, but it came up the penis breath comment in ET came up when one of the kids calls me. He's like, he's like, that's it. Can you imagine that in the kids' movies today? And then I asked the question, like, while they were digitizing the guns out for walkie-talkies, do you think they edited out penis breath to be butthead?
I don't think so.
I'm looking through my old pictures right now to see. I have stood next to Ed 209. I have touched Ed 209.
Where's there an Ed 209?
I live 2 blocks from Phil Tippett Studios.
Oh, right. That's right.
You could throw a Nerf football from your backyard to the studios, right?
I used to when I didn't even if I
It's just a pile of Nerf footballs in the back of his yard.
You see that studio over there? I used to be able to throw a football over the mountain studios.
I keep saying it and I keep not doing it. I need to send Jeremy my freshman documentary, my tip documentary. It's garbage.
Yeah.
It looks like a freshman did it, but it's really fun.
I looked really hard for some sort of Wheel of Time tie into this, and I just couldn't find one.
Well, I mean,
oh wait, Jeremy, for you, I found one. It's not good.
There you go.
It's gonna fit right in then.
You're starting to catch on, Justin.
Yeah, I caught your joke in the text thread.
You like that?
Yeah. Not even everyone on this podcast. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker.
I'm slowly turning you like Anakin.
Monty with your little quips.
I'm turning you and you don't even know it.
I know. It's like the worst thing ever. He's got that R2-D2 tech. I need one of them spikes, man. You can get into anything.
Seriously. Yeah.
It's that shit. When he's looking up his own murder with the spike and he's like looking up the other guy and he's like looking up his he looks up his murder and he looks up the guy's like record. It's like it says it lists a bunch of things. Drug trafficking, murder. And then I'm just kind of like laughing because it says felony rap, misdemeanor rap. And I'm like, is that a different subgenre of, was it like gangster rap? Is it different? Lisa just looked at me. She goes, "You're an idiot. Shut up. That's not even a funny joke."
Yes, it is. That's
I'm
brilliant.
like, it's kind of funny. I was like, it's pretty funny.
Tell her I laughed and I don't feel bad.
And then you get bitches leave like right after that. Bitches leave.
Oh my God. Kurtwood Smith just kicking in a room and going, bitches leave.
Jeremy's made a reference of that on the pod already.
I did.
And I just want to see fucking Red Foreman saying bitches leave.
Oh,
that's the new and improved hard ass Red Foreman. It's not like I'm gonna put my foot up your ass. It's bitches leave.
That's right.
Got sick of fucking Eric's college shenanigans. Just, bitches, get out.
I love that the guy with the bitches, I keep forgetting his name. I love that he's got, because this is totally something I would do. Kurtwood Smith walks over and puts in a DVD of the old man telling him to fuck off, and it's on like 10 TVs spread around the room. So funny.
That was pretty great, actually.
That was cool. That's what everyone wanted when you were a kid, right? You wanted I want a wall that has 3 or 4 televisions on it. You could watch 4 things at once. And then when you're an adult, you get like picture in picture on your television. You're like, oh, I'm never using this. I never use this.
I remember being super excited when I got a picture-in-picture TV for the first time, and I was just like, "This is the dumbest shit ever."
It is so stupid.
I think the only thing we ever used it for, Des, is we'd play video games and watch like football in the corner.
I don't think we ever did, because we always just had 6 TVs.
We did it a couple of times. I know, that's true. That's true.
We just had the room with like 4 or 5. Yeah, we had almost 8 TVs in that room, or screens at least. TVs is a stretch.
I'm not surprised. I have 4 TVs in my trailer, and I use every single one of them.
I have 4 going right now.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes there's
funny?
3 going. Lisa will be down in the kitchen like cooking, and then I'll be upstairs playing. I have a TV just like sitting like on my sock drawers.
What's funny too is those 2 TVs that were in Miguel Ferrer's house right before he got blown up probably cost the same amount as all of your TVs in your house combined in 1987. They probably cost the exact same amount.
Do you know how hard it was for me to find? I just wanted a small TV because I just wanted another one to kind of move around and to have it, because sometimes I want to take it inside and play games while Kelly watches TV together. I could not find a 19-inch TV.
Nope.
Like it didn't exist. Like
24. It's probably the smallest, maybe 29.
I finally got a 24 for like. I ended up finding a pre-opened Fire TV with the remote that was lost for like super.
So you might even be able to find like a monitor easier than like the smart, like a smart.
I started
TV.
looking for it. I was just moving to Monitor Land when I was like, oh no, this'll work right here.
All right, is it story time? I got stories.
They let me. Oh, sorry. I'm almost done with my notes, and then we'll do story time, and then we'll wrap up this movie. I liked when he said, like, how were you? How was your stay at the Gray Bar Hotels? And he says, they let me keep the shirt, and nobody popped my cherry. And then what's his name turns into Toxic Avenger at the end of
Oh, right. Gabe. I didn't realize that Gray Bar Hotel was jail. I get it.
And I love when that guy at the end slams into the toxic waste and turns into the Toxic Avenger.
Dude, I have that Toxic Avenger. You know what? That scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I did not like that. And that why was this? I remember thinking like that's what happens if you get in like muddy, dirty, like if you go to the factory, don't get in the muddy water.
If you fall in a ditch, that's what you're gonna crawl out as.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Dirty shit cow water is fine. It's all fine. Then how many times, Jeremy, did we say I'll buy that for $1 when we were a fucking kid?
Oh
my God. Everybody in our family said that. I can remember my grandpa saying it. Your brother Greg used to always say that.
My grandpa Ken used to say that shit.
Oh God, yeah.
That's another thing they must really expand on in RoboCop 2, because we hear I'd buy that for $1 a good 6-8 times in this. But I thought I remember like watching an episode of that show.
It seemed like it was like fucking, it seemed way more. I don't know why. It just seemed like so much more, and I don't get it. Yeah, absolutely. So let's see.
Once upon a time, a long time ago.
So when we go to Spokane, we always stay at this hotel. It's a nice hotel. It's modest. It used to be
the Gray Bar Hotel.
No. I don't ever want to do that. It's kind of downtown. It's near the convention center and whatever. It's reasonably priced. They're pretty chill there. It used to be like the Red Lion. So the first time we went there was with our kids for Lisa's grandmother's funeral. And we get there after driving all night. I smoke some weed in the outside of the room and then go to bed. I get a knock on my door. It smells like weed, and there's like a whole band of high school kids leaving like at that moment. And I'm like, hey man, I just got here. I'm going to bed. Probably those high school kids. Good night. So that was my first story. I was just like, my wife's like, did you really just blame the high school band that's leaving right now? I'm like, well, I said it was either that or those kids next door, which was our kids. And they were like 12. And so, but that was when it was Red Lion. And then we started going back there a few years back on like Thanksgiving. And when we'd go to visit, that's where we'd stay. It's got like sliding glass doors, and we can get patio rooms. The hot tub is all year round, and we can walk through the like patio pool area and take the dogs out. And they have a little like dog park area that's you can kind of.
Is that the place with the hot tub then too, right there?
Yes.
Or is that not Spokane? Okay.
No, yeah, that's the place. You might have heard this story once before, or similar versions of it, but we've stayed there several times. So last year, actually the year before, we're staying there, and this guy and this gal come out there, and like pretty big age difference. Not big. He's probably late 40s and she's probably 30ish, and very made up. We start hanging out with them for a minute. We realize it's probably a business transaction, if you catch my meaning. And her and Lisa are hanging out in the pool, and we're all drinking and we're chatting. We're talking about the cannabis business, whatever. You know, he's one of those guys. Does you know what I mean? He's got a story about everything. This douchebag. But whatever, you know, we're drinking, we don't care. And
Oh, that reminds me.
we're getting drunk and stuff and whatever. And pretty soon he's like starting to realize like everybody's getting kind of flirty and drunk. And he's like, I'm not going to be the odd man out here. He's like, the two fine girls are in the pool, and this dude's 20 years younger than me, so I'm not going to do that. So he starts.
And
like,
I already spent all my money on her. I can't give him any.
Yeah,
money.
and obviously, it wasn't like the first time that they've kind of like hooked up. She's like, yeah, he's kind of my boyfriend tonight. You know, like we you know hook up every once in a while. We're like, okay, whatever. Like we don't give a shit. And so they started to take off, and he. Kind of unbeknownst to me, because we're kind of grabbing our stuff too, he grabs my towel from home, which is pink, not white like the rest of the towels, and wraps her up in it. And I apparently had Lisa's key card was in it too. So he picks it up, wraps around her, and like gives me like the big wink, buddy. Like, and I'm like, great, whatever. And I'm like, okay. I was like, he's taking our towel. Lisa's like, I know. I just
want to say right now, I have not heard this, so I am.
You have not heard this?
I am officially excited.
It's so funny. So, anyways, he walks off and they disappear. Whatever. We go out hungover the next morning at like 11, and he's out there, and she shows up too, and we're all laughing. And I was like, yeah. So I had to go up. Like I have to go up. I couldn't get into our room because he took both of our key cards.
Oh, he took them both.
Yeah, so we could get into the room because we had a sliding glass door that was open, but we couldn't leave, right? So I'm like, okay, well, Lisa, stay here. I'm gonna go get us 2 new key cards. So I go up to the front desk and I'm like, hey, so we're hanging out with this couple in the hot tub, and then like we need new keys. And like, so you traded keys with a couple in the hot tub? What? And we're like, no, that's not what happened. It was a misunderstanding. And they're like, okay, like just I don't want to know. Just take your fucking keys, guy. So I'm just like, you know, I go back to the room with my head. I'm just like, Jesus, all right, whatever. And then but we run into him the next day in the hot tub, and before we have to go to like Lisa's dad's house, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, hey man, like you took my fucking key card, and like you took my towel, and I was like, I had to go get new keys. And my wife's all creeped out, and he's like, well, I'm not like going like room to room, like seeing which door works. Lisa's like, I don't know you, sir. So,
oh my God, I can hear Lisa doing that too. Just
all right, and that was that one. Fast forward to this year. Okay, fast forward to the year after. Lisa's very sick. Same hotel.
You guys are still going back, just still rolling the dice on this Red Lion.
Don't care.
Crossing his fingers, he runs into him again.
Because they got the hot tub that you can.
They got the hot tub. They got a sliding glass door where I can just put my bong outside. I sit out there on the porch and smoke weed. Nobody fucks with me. They don't ever give me shit. They don't charge me. I get a medical discount on the room because I say I'm coming to check on my older in-laws, and they don't charge me for my dogs. Like, it's a great place, and it's a nice, clean place. The staff's usually really fucking cool.
All of that is worth an accidental butt fuck once in a while.
Yeah, well, that didn't happen, but just it's, you know, it could have. If we wanted it, it could have happened. And
you got to pay extra for it, but I mean, the dogs are free. You got the cash.
Yeah. So the next year, nothing that exciting happened, but we go there, and you know, we're really close with my wife's ex-husband Russell, because of all the stuff that Nicole's been through.
Because of all the butt fucking.
Definitely because of all the butt fucking. So he ends up going over to spend Thanksgiving at my father-in-law Pete's with me, and because the kids are there and stuff. So they stay at the same hotel. Lisa's not feeling good. Me and him end up drinking an entire bottle of whiskey in the hot tub. So we stay so late that the employees get off work at the restaurant, come in and join us at like 1 a.m. smoking joints. I got so fucking fucked up. Me and
I just want to say, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep, you can finish this story, but I am going to keep interjecting because this is just hilarious. There is nothing more white trash than the statement, I got hammered with my wife's ex-husband.
I know, right? And we're just
that
laughing
in and of itself,
having a great time.
Yeah. Like,
just laughing, having a great time. It's fun, you know. And that one's pretty uneventful. Whatever. That was that.
Unless you end it with "Who is my cousin?"
Yeah, who was also related to me on my mother's side.
What's the? Is this where I play the theme song for Deliverance?
Ding, 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 ding. But this past Thanksgiving might be the best yet. So we got an Airbnb with Russell and Zoe because we're like, why are we going to pay, you know, so much money for this hotel rooms? We could all just rent an Airbnb super cheap for a couple of days. Everybody's got their own space. Anyway, it's fine. So we did that. We ended up deciding we're going to stay an extra day. And we're like, we'll go there. It's cheap. We'll stay there for the day. We go out to breakfast with Russell and Zoe. They take off. We go back to the hotel, check in, get the dog set. I'm like, hey, let's go hop in the hot tub. But it's even more white trash. Didn't have bathing suits. So I'm like, I'm just going to go in my like boxer briefs. Lisa's got a tank top and some panties. It's like, that's basically a bathing suit anyway. Who cares, right? Whatever. I got to go 30 steps, get in the hot tub, and then 30 steps back to my room. Waiting for this couple to get out. And this makes me think of you, Des, because it's
waiting for this guy and his date to
his date. No, for real. No, God, seriously. So we finally were like, okay, I was like, I gotta take a nap. Let's go hop in the hot tub for a minute and then we can come back to bed and we'll take a nap. This is like perfect, fine, cool. We go out there, of course, you know, a lot of times in the hot tub, you make the eye contact, you get the vibe, you don't talk, you do your own thing. Not these guys. Hey man, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, I drive the Jackson line out there. If you guys ever are bored in Spokane and you want to go to Missoula, it goes back and forth once a day. You guys could just hop on for free, spend the day in Missoula, and I'll bring you back the next day. It's totally fun if you guys ever want to go. I'm like, dope, thanks. But super nice. And he's like, that's what she did. She's my friend, and we got a hotel room tonight. Blah blah blah. They put me up here. This place is great. Blah blah. I'm like, all right, that's fun. And he's like, and then they're leaving. Here's our room number. If you guys want to come hang out later and smoke and drink and party or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, Des, it gets better. They take off.
Just for the record, I've ridden that bus. Not that exact bus, but I have bussed between Billings and Seattle.
Yeah, it's from Missoula.
There's some shit going on.
Yeah, he said he went back and forth.
The shorter the bus trip, the less questions you want to ask. Like if someone's greyhounding from Spokane to what's that Idaho city? Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just don't make eye contact. Just keep it quiet. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
We get about 5 minutes by ourselves. Up comes, you know, some dude my age-ish, like whatever, normal guy, decent looking guy, whatever, just average dude, right?
It's the holidays. We're hanging out.
Again, hey, how's it going? Cool. Oh, let's chat. All right, cool. Oh, that's my dog right there, Winston. That's my dog's name, Winston. I have a Frenchie named Winston. I'm an EMS pilot, and I stay here when I'm off, and I work for it's like a porno star. It's like, oh, I'm a pilot, man. Blah, 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 blah. We're chatting for a minute, and he goes, I see I wear these underwear that Lisa get for me. Shinesty, you want to sponsor us? Des, best underwear ever. They have the ball pouches.
Awesome. Shinesty, get at me.
Shinesty, they're the best underwear. I don't wear anything else because I have kind of bigger balls and I need the support. Anyways, he's like, hey, I see you got the Shinesties on. I'm like, man, I barely stood up. How the fuck do you know I got those on? You're looking way too close, friend.
I can hold my breath for a long time, buddy.
Yeah. And so he kind of says something, and we sit there for a few minutes, and we're bullshitting, and we're like, all right, man, we'll see you later. Have a good day. And we start walking. He goes, oh, now I know what room you are. If you put the pineapple out, I'll know where it's at. Jeremy, I'm sure you don't know this. Pineapple is a universal term for swingers. It's a universal sign. Wearing like pineapple shirts or like, I guess, anything pineapple. But he's like, yeah, put the pineapple outside your door. I know which room is there. So it was like, and I'm kind of tired and hungover. And we're walking back to the room. We get in there and I'm like, is he just propositioning us? She was like, oh, totally. Yeah. And he was just like, hey, if you guys.
Was Lisa there too?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear that Lisa was
there.
No,
yeah, it was just us in the hot tub, me and Lisa, and then this dude comes up.
And he didn't have a girl, so he's just wants to join you two.
No, yep, I just want to be your third.
Wow. I just learned about the pineapple thing like very recently.
Yeah,
so-
me too. Like, I think we were either watching something or Lisa said she watched something. We were talking about it, laughing about it. Same
Sure,
thing.
sure. That's where you learned about it.
No, I laughed. So,
Okay.
and he was like, he goes, now I know what room you guys are in. I'll keep an eye out for the pineapple. And it was like, we got back to the room. I'm like, so he was just saying, like, if that's what we do, he's down, huh? She's like, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm just
and,
like,
and
okay.
you know what? I'm gonna lock the door just in case he doesn't care if we're down.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead and put that little bar thing over just in case, and the little chain.
Oh.
So you're saying that things with pineapples on them are indications that you're a swinger?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to throw away like half my wardrobe.
Yeah.
All my 70% of all my shirts have pineapples on them. No wonder people keep giving me the strangest looks and handing me their key cards to their room.
Amy just keeps buying you pineapple shirts. She's like, fuck, nobody will fucking hit us up. What's going on? Jeremy, you're just not open enough.
I guess not.
We will save my almost threesome story for next time.
But that was all at one hotel.
That is
at different
crazy,
times.
and that's everything you just described happened.
Same
in
place.
5 years, 10. Like that's. I mean, if the kids were 12, I mean that's a decade's worth of shit.
The first one, when I just smoked weed and got caught, that was like a long time ago. But the last three were in the last 3 Thanksgivings.
Wow. It's so funny. Like that it must be.
Lisa she was like, is this a swinger hotel? I'm like, we like tried to look around. Couldn't find anything about it. No, I don't think it is. I don't know. I think it's a lot of business people stay there, so maybe that's it.
Maybe it's happened. Like there's
what happens in Spokane stays in Spokane at the Ruby, and it's called the Ruby River. Shout out to Ruby River. Their hospitality is actually quite awesome.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for that, Jeff.
You're gonna be banned now.
Yeah, they're like, we can't. That guy cannot come back.
Fuck that. We're getting sponsored.
Yeah, dude. I had a couple of spots. Well, Jeremy, what do you bring to the table? I brought Shinesty. I brought Ruby River. I'm bringing whiskey. Come on, man.
Just because you drink it doesn't mean we're gonna get it.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
That's true.
And I do want to not put a shout out to Pluto TV because I ended up having to rent RoboCop because, first of all, the streaming service is kind of shitty. And there's so many commercials. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's but they don't. I'm fine with it because they don't edit anything out of the movie.
Yeah.
So, and you know me, I always gotta pee. I'm always up for filling up my water.
I think I'm barely able to like stream in this field, so it's kind of like one of those things. It's like I can't push it too hard, so I'm glad that it's actually playing. And then it's like I got a load of commercial on my TV and my Amazon Fire Stick are like, but I can't. I was already streaming this and I had it all loaded, and now I gotta poo.
Holy shit! Thank you so much for hanging out with us while we talked about RoboCop. Oh, RoboCop lives. He goes on to make the sequel of RoboCops. And the TV show and
the cartoon
and the children's cartoon
and the remake Son of RoboCop. What is our rating? I'm gonna go with novice.
What?
No, it's accepted. It's at least accepted.
It would have been accepted when I was a kid. I'm rewatching it. I was like, boy, this is rough. This is really bad. The story and the premise is good, and it's a little scary because it's a little dead on with AI and the corporations, you know. Oh, dude! And the one of the things at the end, the news is talking about the satellites starting like a bunch of fires or something.
Oh yeah!
I was like, boy, that's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah. Their world news is like, wow, and Detroit is the nice place.
Yeah,
like, this is actually where you want to be in this hellhole. Yeah, the whole movie is, just in case anyone out there hasn't seen it. The whole point is they're trying to rid the bad Detroit of all of the crime so they can build a utopia there, Delta
City.
Yeah, Delta. They don't even want to call it like New Detroit or anything. They're going to call it something completely different. Delta.
Call it M&M Town.
Yeah.
8 Mile.
Ooh, or no, Barry
Barry Sanders.
Yeah, it's Barry Sanders Lane.
Hey.
And he lives on fucking Primrose Lane. Come on.
I know, come on.
Come on.
Paul Verhoeven just beats you over the head with it sometimes.
They should have named it after the greatest Detroit Lions coach of all time, Wayne Fontsville.
That's right.
Wow, nice pull. And Jeremy was even there to I will say, well, and I don't care what Justin says. RoboCop is the Dragon Reborn. Like, there's an absolute 1-to-1 on that. We can argue on.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I agree.
And all the women in the OPC are Aes Sedai.
His partner is Nynaeve.
It's so.
He does lose a hand.
It's yeah.
Oh, there's your Wheel of Time comparison.
It's so weird that they're running this clandestine RoboCop thing that does not need to be run at the precinct at all. But they run it out of the precinct just to like add some extra strife between the city and the local PD. It's like,
Yeah.
Privatized defense, privatized government.
There you go. Defund the police, bring on RoboCop. I'm going to go accepted too. This movie is like, because it says something. If it wasn't saying anything, then I might drop it down. But the fact that as an adult, I can see that this insanity is also making a relatively decent comment on society at the time. And like we said, unfortunately, still today.
Like, yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying too. I'd say I'm kind of like halfway between. So I'm going to go novice and a half.
Novice. There we go. They're smelting your ring as we speak.
Exactly. It'll be ready in 10 years.
It's an Gwen novice. She just like, she's there for like a half a second and then she's accepted.
How about a braided novice?
There you go.
A wisdom. I think the difference. I think in between rejected. Is it in between rejected and novice, or novice and accepted that you're a wisdom?
Novice and accepted because you decide to leave and just go back to being a wisdom.
Yeah.
Because you are actually the wind is listening to you. You just don't know it yet.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you're a wisdom,
Right,
you're
exactly.
You're half an.
Desmond, now you've ruined this whole podcast. You see his face. He's like, oh, now I'm thinking about Wheel of Time.
See, I can write an episode. Rafekins, Judd, give me a call. I got this. I got you, buddy. I got you.
He's like, okay, here we go. Here's the book that we're going to be working on. Now, close it and throw it off your desk.
Oh my God. You're such a jerk. All right, man. I got to go. Des, I guess you're just, my Zoom audio is what it is. I'll try to fix my...
Yeah, send me what you guys have. I'm not going to sell you guys anything because you already bought it.
Bye, nerds.
Gotta go up to the top, won't stop. I'm gonna be the man, yeah, I gotta cut the knot. Really haters really on me, tryna take my spot. But we go up, yeah, we never gonna drop.
No, you might have to cut. You might have to cut that out. Well, he went down a bad road. I mean, he made bad choices, like some other people. That's all I'm saying.
Mixed and edited by Desmond McNeese for We Mixed It LLC. Go to whatsoundsawesome.com